Hello my crafty friends, how is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree and I'm here today to show you a couple of bundles I've put into my shop, my eBay shop. And yeah, I showed you a couple last Friday and they sold, like over, Friday and over the weekend. So thank you to the purchasers that bought those. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to put together some nice bundles. It's really a de-stash, but I still want to make them nice. So trying to put some good things in here. But yeah, and then somebody said they were sorry. Thank you to the person who asked about them too. That she missed out, and I was planning on doing some more, but she gave me the motivation to go ahead and get some together. So I appreciate that. But let me show you what I got together. Basically, very similar to the ones last week, but some of the things are this, I had more of some of the things, and then of course some things are one of a kind. So let's just start again here, and again, I don't have my paper to put the number on here. When will I learn? Let me see what I have actually. I know I have something here. Oh, I have some little note papers. We gotta have some papers here, right? Okay, let's do one of these papers. What did I pull out? Here's one that says messages, little notepad I found at the thrift store. So this is going to be bundle number 1. Bundle. I was going to get some cardstock. I actually like the cardstock I used last week, but I don't happen to have any right here. I'm moving my craft room upstairs, and I have all my scraps downstairs, right? I haven't moved those up the stairs yet. Bundle 1. Let's do it. Okay, and we'll write bundle 2 on the next one. But this is bundle 1, so I'll have this like I did last time. I just put it right on top of and when I took the first picture, the main picture, you'll see. So if you want this one, it'll have this on top, and you'll know. I mean, I'm going to put it in the title too. So anyway, let's get started. So again, I have a few more of these. I think I might have like one more of the little wooden spools. So, like I said, I didn't have a lot of them, but I had a few. So I'm putting 3 in each bundle. So here's the ones, and I put them in this little bag to contain them, a little Ziploc bag. But yeah, you can see there's 3 wooden spools in there, and this one has a little bit of thread on it. So, and these are Coats and Clark. These are all Coats and Clark by coincidence. I didn't pick them out to put any certain ones in any certain bundle or anything. And I will have this wrapped around however I package this kind of muslin little tie here. So what I have in here, well, I have on top a couple of coffee dyed things. This is a doily, probably that I cut off of something, in a bigger doily, and it's probably all made, or a scarf of some type, a table runner. But anyway, whenever I find something like that, I cut all the pieces apart. So, I can use them, and I can also share them. So, but this one happens to be coffee dyed, and this is a collar, a lace collar, like a crochet type collar. And I am not a stitchery expert. I know cross stitch when I see it, and things like that. But as far as knitting and crochet, not so much. So this could be tatting though. So if you're a tatting expert, maybe you can let us know in the comments if this is tatting or if it's knitting. I don't know. This part right here, especially these little flowers and this little kind of webbing that holds it all together, it looks to me like tatting I've seen, but I really don't know. Anyway, on we go. And I'm trying to remember, I think I coffee dyed that. It's very nice color though. Whatever, if I didn't or I did, it's a nice color either way. I have a plastic ruler in each one this week, a little vintage plastic ruler that I picked up. I was doing sewing bundles like this a while ago too, and at that time I was collecting these plastic bundles. Usually there are a little advertisement on them or something. This one says rings and things. and it has like ring measurements. I guess those are supposed to be ring measurements, but they're very small, 8 millimeters, 7 millimeters, 6 millimeters. So anyway, they're cute, and I got those from a thrift store. This is, in each one, there's part of a little sewing booklet. So just some pages from a sewing booklet. So you can use these in a journal or use them as you wish, you know, but they are very vintage. Singer sewing machine, little, you know, instruction book that would come with a sewing machine. Very vintage. And then this one has this round doily, I guess. It's considered still a doily, even though it's not crocheted or you know, knitted, but it's got this white fabric here, and then somebody did a little cross stitching there. So you can always cut this apart if you wanted to use it as a whole, or cut it. You can fussy cut out flowers like this, or cut it in half. You can also cut off this lace, you know, and use it as you wish. Like say you cut the lace off, then you can make a little slit and spread it, you know, spread it out. Or it's kind of got pleats in it, so it could be a nice little ruffle too, I don't know. Or kind of a pleated little ruffle that you could use on something. And then, I thought I heard somebody. I've got some pieces here, like I had in the last week's bundle, some little pieces from a bigger doily, you know, and these, sometimes they make, you know, the circles in the middle, and then they have these little half pieces around the edges, and then whatever scallops or lace or whatever's on the edge. And so, yeah, I've got a few of those in here. And then here's 3 doilies that I cut off of something, a bigger doily, scarf or whatever. So 3 of those. These are really pretty, and this is their natural color. I did not coffee dye these or do anything with the color. This is how they came. So I'm just going to show you the detail. They're really pretty and nice. And, you know, I really love these. And then I put a whole doily in here that you can cut apart. So this one's coffee dyed, I guess. It looks like I coffee dyed it. And so this is, I think, like I said, I'm not a crochet expert or anything, but I think this is called the pineapple pattern, maybe. Anyway, it looks like a strawberry, though. But anyway, very beautiful, all the intricate little piece work, you know, work here. And then you can also, again, use it as a whole. You know, you could wrap one of these around the outside of a journal and then put your little ribbon through the edges and kind of, you know, use this kind of as a journal closure. I'm sure, I've seen people do that, so, you know, you may have too. So, and then we move on to, there's a couple of what I'm going to call, well, I don't know if this was meant to be a hanky, but it's kind of like hanky size. So it's got like muslin here, and then it's got a stitched border. This right here. It looks like it was handmade. And then a little embroidered flower right here. Isn't that the cutest flower? That is so cute. But anyway, yeah, that is in here. And then another thing that looks like hanky style. I think this is a hanky. This one I did not color in any way. This is the natural color of, you know, of it. However, it came to me. So, and then some pieces of a doily like I put in last week. Sort of, kind of the trim from the outside of a doily, or a longer doily, you know, scarf or table runner or something. Great for cutting up and using in clusters, that type of thing. When you have something like this, you know, bigger, smaller, whatever you like. Some more coffee dyed doilies. This is kind of like the one I had on the top. There's a couple more here, and another coffee dyed piece, like a trim from the outside of a table, you know, runner or something like that. Crochet. That's all. I believe that's crochet or knitting. I'm going to call it crochet, but it could be knitting because I don't know. And then some of this eyelet fabric like I put in last week's bundles. A good size piece of this. This one's a square. So a nice size piece of that. Almost probably like fat quarter size. And then a good size piece of a lace tablecloth. So I'm not sure of the shape. I had prepared these for when I was doing these bundles before, these these pieces. And so yeah, this looks like a rectangle. So you never know though, because I may have used part of it and it could be like an odd shape too. So, but this looks like a rectangle, a big rectangle piece. And then the patterns, last week I put sewing patterns in also. So I've got 3 sewing patterns in here. This one, these look like, they remind me of square dancing outfits that you see on TV when people are square dancing. I'm going to call them square dancing. They don't call them anything here on that pattern, but really cute. And then this is a little baby one. These are all from thrift stores or estate sales. And I'm sure they're all, vintage. How vintage, I don't know how old, but they are definitely vintage. McCall's, the simplicity to simplicity in this one. Okay, so let's go through real quick. We'll go through the other one really, quicker because you've already seen it now. But let me put my little bundle number 1 note paper here. So I hope you like these too. And somebody can enjoy the goodies. So this is the other one. So you've got, real quick, like I said, the 3 wooden spools. These are, some people care what brand they are and some people don't. This one says Lily. It looks like Lily. It's just printed on the end. No paper on this one. That's interesting. And then this one does have a little paper on it, but I think that's J and P coats. And then this one has one that is kind of loose or coming up, so I can't see what it is. Oh, it's kind of halfway there, but it is, I'm not sure what that one is, but anyway, they are, oh, here it says Star Mercerized. Interesting, right? Okay, so that's the 3 spools in this one. Got your little tie. The one coffee dyed, I put a coffee dyed doily on top of both of them. The plastic ruler in this one, the advertisement is for Shuford Insurance Agency. Oh, it has a little calendar on the back. 1967. Isn't that interesting? Very cool. I didn't realize that had a calendar on the back. I didn't, really pay attention to that when I was putting them together. Just wanted 2 plastic rulers, 1 for each, right? So this is the little sewing booklet instruction sewing machine instruction pages in this one. This piece here, like I showed you in the other bundle number 1, this will be, I don't want to write on here, take a chance of getting any marker on there. Bundle 2, I forgot to write down. Bundle 2 will be on this one. Okay, and then anyway, back to business here. The doily, like I had the round doily in that one with the lace and the whatever stitchery or whatever was in the middle embroidery. This one has this piece. This one is bigger, like dress or scarf, I'm going to call it. Or it could be a table runner. So you see it's white in the middle. I can't get it all in the frame, but it's white in the middle. This eyelet trim on the outside or around, the edge. And then this floral pattern is on both ends. So you got a big embroidered flower pattern here on both ends. Same thing. Very nice. So that is in this one. I put an embroidered piece in both of them. From the ones I'm going through, I don't think I have that many embroidered pieces. I don't know. I'm still sorting through them. But okay, here's the 3 little pieces. The 3 little pieces, the 3 doilies. They're the same as the other. This one has this doily. It's coffee dyed. And then the hankies start here, it looks like. This is a printed. This is printed, not embroidery. It's got kind of an embroidered edge, scalloped edge. You can see that. It's light blue around the edge there. And then this is like a printed. And this is its natural color. I didn't, coffee dye it or anything. It's just how it came to me. So imperfectly perfect there with its aged patina. And then this one is another hanky style. It's just all white, a nice white fabric, and then it's got this purple stitched edge. And I don't know if that's tatting or crochet or knitted, but there it is. You can see it, I think. Very delicate, kind of fine, little tiny stitchery, whatever stitchery it is. Okay, and then this piece here, and then the coffee dyed pieces. And then the eyelet fabric. This one is, let me see if this is a square. Yeah, this one looks like a square. Let me make sure. Because I wanted to tell you if it was an odd shape. That one looks like a square. And this is such a big piece that, it's whatever shape it is. It's just a giant. It's not a whole tablecloth, but it's a lot. It's a big piece. You got plenty there to do whatever you want with that, with lace tablecloth. And then the sewing patterns. This one here has dresses, simplicity. There's a flap there. This one even has a flap. Most of them seem like the flap is, a lot of them the flap is gone. These all have their flaps. I didn't notice on the other ones, but this one has the little blouses, different colors. I think those are pretty. If you look at it, like I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it's such pretty colors. It would be a really pretty journal cover with the colors, and you can add, little pieces, onto it, little whatever, yo-yos or some kind of appliques or something. And this one's a little great for a baby journal. You could use it as a cover or inside, and you can glue this back together or tape it. There's a little rip right here, but if you wanted to keep it as one, or it does have a little rectangle, a square, rectangle, square. You could cut these out and put them, if I was going to cut them out, I would cut them out in the shape they are, back them on some cardstock and make a little drawing card or tag or little pockets or whatever. That would be cute too. So, and then these all these have stuff inside too. All the ones in that bundle one and this one, they all have their stuff inside. So lots of stuff, paper, tissue, instructions. I don't know. I'm not saying everything's in there, but there is stuff in all of these. So lots of paper to work with there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed these. They'll be in my shop when you see this video, and I appreciate, if anyone's interested. I'm still sorting through things, but I'm hoping to maybe do some fabric bundles also. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I got to sort through and see what I have to de-stash, and then I don't know if I want to do it by color or just variety, different variety of colors. It's probably going to be a variety of colors because I don't know if I have enough of one color to do a dedicated, like all green or all blue or all red type of bundle. So I think it's going to have to be variety, but there's this kind of thing, like I'm showing you here. Then there's colored fabrics, and then there's sheets, vintage sheets. So yeah, but I just have so much to sort through, so you have to give me a little time to get those together. And so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe comment below and let me know what type of bundle you would be interested in, and that would motivate me to gravitate toward whatever, like more of these fabric or vintage sheets, or I don't know if I would do a combination of fabric and sheets, but if somebody says, well, I want Well, no, I think I would just do it separate, and then if you want sheets, and you could buy one of each or whatever. So I don't know. Still thinking it through, as you can tell. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.